So literally building your Brilliance team, I think, is critical. And that is something that I have done as a business owner, as a person who's focused on helping other people with their personal brands, as I have built a Brilliance team because I cannot do it on my own.
What's up, guys? I'm Moon. Welcome to On Branding Podcast. Today we have a very special guest, Ryane LeCesne. She is the CEO of Inspire Brand Consulting. She is a transformational mindset coach and business strategist. And for nearly a decade, she has empowered hundreds, I would say thousands of high-achieving women of color, helping them conquer self-doubt, advance their careers, build their personal brands, and dream businesses. Hello, Ryane. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you, Moon. And thank you to your listening audience. It's really exciting to be with you. Thank you.
Of course. So I want to start out understanding your personal definition of personal branding.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's actually a great question to start with because everyone has their own definition of a personal brand, and mine is quite specific. When I talk about someone's personal brand, what I'm talking about, I can talk about things that I'm not talking about, but what I am talking about is I'm talking about their brilliance. When I talk about their brilliance, I'm talking about who they, with their natural core strength, their values, their je ne sais quoi, what makes them unique, what is their shining light. And oftentimes, particularly with high achieving women, our brilliance can be something that is under-nurtured, way undervalued, and under-noticed by us, not necessarily by others, but by ourselves. And so I start there with someone, right? Who are they? Who are you? What do you want? What does that look like for you? What's standing in your way? What are the stories that you're telling yourself? Because once we can really peel that back, that's someone's personal brand. And then you can talk about, all right, now that you know who you are and you feel confident about being yourself, and you can have those courageous conversations internally, like, I'm about to post this, or I'm about to say this, or this is my point of view, or whatever. I'm going to show up at this thing. I'm going to have my voice heard. And all those nerves come up. And I don't know if I can, and the doubt is there. And because someone has mastered their inner work, they're able to take that deep breath. They're able to be their best friend in that moment. And they're able to say, that's your brand. You've got this. This is you. This is your brilliance. Like, you could do this. This is who you are. Step in it. And if they have that conversation, then they can, like, what we call promote their brand rather than like living their personal brand. But that's how you get to your personal brand. That's how you really carve it out, excavate it. So that's what I help people do. That's how I define it. Your
Wow,
personal brand.
that's phenomenal. In essence, you help people get to the core of who they are and bring that out in a way that they can monetize. That's also authentic to them, it sounds like.
Absolutely. Because oftentimes, and I know this for myself as a business owner, we're looking for the magic bullet, right? We're looking for, what is the strategy? Is it a webinar? Is it a photo shoot? Is it a new styling? Is my comm strategy not tight enough? What do I need to do to like move forward or to advance? And it's really not about doing. It's about who do you need to be so that you can do. And the being is you need to be you. You are the you-iest you that's on the planet. Be you. And it's not easy. There's a book out there that I highly recommend to everyone. It's a psychology book. It's not a personal branding book, but that's what personal brand is. It's you. And so psychology helps you understand yourself. So it's called The Courage to Be Disliked, and it's Adlerian psychology. And the whole point is that so often we live our lives with the fear of, what will they say? What will they say? How will I be perceived? And it's like, they is very amorphous. It's whatever the desire is. So let's say a person really want to start this business. I want to influence in this way, but what will they say? What will my family say? What will the critics say? What will they say? What if I'm disliked? What if I'm not accepted? What if I'm rejected? That's a very real, when I say real, it's like both a large R, capital R, and a small r, real, meaning it's a primitive question. If I, as a human being, as a species, we are not meant to live alone, right? So there is an inherent psychology about belonging. Like Dr. Brene Brown talks about the sense of belonging. And I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure I belong. Unconsciously, I might absolutely, do you like pink? I'm not sure. Does the group like pink? I don't know. What does the group think? It's because we're human beings. And so it's courageous to hold the space for yourself to say, it's okay if people don't like me. It's okay. Not that I'm going to do something purposefully, intentionally to be disliked. The book doesn't say the goal is to be disliked. It's the courage to be disliked. I'm going to be so courageous to be myself enough that if disliking by somebody happens, that's not mine to own. That's not mine. So I'm going to be me. It is about less of the doing. The doing is important, but it's really hard to do when you're not well with your being. Makes it really hard to do.
And so, how did you hack your own mindset to be able to create the personal brand that you now successfully have?
So again, a great question. So I'm going to say two things. One, I have an 8-step process that I support my clients go through. And this is a process that I use, all 8 steps. I'm going to talk about 3, but all 8 steps I use on an everyday, very regular basis. Actually, I'm going to talk about the first 3 and I'm going to talk about number 6. And I'm going to start with number 6, which is building a brilliance team. One of the things I have done is I've created a brilliance team, and this is what my brilliance team looks like. This is over a number of years, but my brilliance team is my coach. My coach, I've been with her for 7 years. She went to school to become a coach to help people. And this is the thing about a brilliance team. There are specific people, like everybody, who has specific roles to help people. Use them. That's your brilliance team. Like a coach, like a therapist who spent their entire lives understanding the human dynamic of the brain so that you don't have to, so that you can sit in their chair or across from the video and you can work your stuff out. That's a part of my brilliance team. I have an acupuncturist. That's a part of my brilliance team. I have a chiropractor. That's part of my brilliance team. I have my primary care doctor who I haven't seen enough, part of my brilliance team. I have a cleaning crew. That's a new one, right? 2 ladies, they come and they clean our house. And when I tell you, that was a story I had to unravel in my mind about not even you don't hire people, you clean your own house, right? You have the time, you have the skill, you know how to do it, you do it. You don't spend money in that way. But when I tell you that when I walk into my home and professionals have cleaned it in a way that would take me a whole entire weekend to do what they are able to do in 3 hours, and to structure my life around organization and cleanliness gives me such peace of mind, lowers my blood pressure. And not only that, but like the smell smells so good for 2 days. My sink is shiny. It's like mirroring happiness to me. So literally building your brilliance team, I think, is critical. And that is something that I have done as a business owner, as a person who's focused on helping other people with their personal brands, is I have built a brilliance team because I cannot do it on my own. So that's one. Number 2 are the 3 other steps, which is number 1, 2, and 3. The first one is clarity. I am constantly, all of this is evolving. With every day, I'm looking to grow bigger. So I'm always basically at step number 1. I'm just 2 steps ahead of my client. And that's something important for those of you who are in business, particularly in service. You are not intended to be at the goal line and your clients are at start. You are meant to be at yard number 2 and they're at step number 0. Okay. Because if you're waiting to get to the goal, you can't get there. So you can't promote, oh, I don't promote I've made $1 million business. That's not what I promote. I can't promote that because I am not, that's still an aspiration for me. And I'm okay with that. $1 million. Hey, I can promote $100,000 business. I can help anybody make a service-based business that can get you to 100,000. And I did that part-time. So it's a $250,000 business. I can help somebody set up based on what I've done. So I say all that to say that 1, you can do it. Number 2, it's always iterative. I'm always asking myself these same questions. I have not gotten to this quote unquote goal. I am still evolving. I ask myself all the time, 1, clarity. What do I want and what am I afraid of? I got to get clear on those 2 things because we get what we focus on. So if I focus on my fear, I'm going to get that. So I can only soar as high as my fears will allow me. And that's for anybody else. What are my fears telling me? This is what I teach people to do. I really literally teach people to get in touch with, in terms of step number 1, it's really important to get in touch with what are your thoughts? What are those feelings? And what are those visions around fear and around the thing that you want to? The thoughts create the feelings. So I can't do it. Oh my God, I don't know. I feel anxious and I have a vision of catastrophe. Okay, that causes paralysis to the nervous system. So it's going to be really hard to like post something at that moment, which is personal brand, right? Like you got to get your mindset right. So oh my God, I am afraid. I'm afraid of what these people are going to think. I think I am stuck in this loop of perfectionism. If I don't look perfect, I'm going to be rejected. Okay. So then I teach people to sit with step number 2, which is reframing. So it's about courage, reframing. Okay. Self, is that true? Is it true that I need to be perfect? Is it true that I'm not already enough? Is this what I think? Now, literally what I'm teaching people to do is to talk to themselves in this way. Because usually what we do is we feel the, oh my God, I can't do it. Oh no. And then we put the phone away, or we close the computer, or we don't do the email, or we don't do whatever. We don't exercise. Whatever the thing is, we don't do it because it's called analysis paralysis, procrastination. It's stuck. It's fear. It's called fear. So it's then about how do you talk to yourself in that moment? Being courageous. Step number 2, courage. Okay, I have the courage to be my friend right now. I have the courage to not abandon myself. I have the courage to remember my decision. My decision was to build this business, or to advance in this way, or to go after this thing. I remember that I want this thing. Courage, like mustering the courage. And then it is about step number 3, which is the confidence to take that action, to manage the energy, to take that action. And there's I talked about 3, so there's 5 other steps, and I teach people how to embody those 8 steps. I call it, most of the people I work with are women. So I say I make fishers of women, like that idea that is literally what I do for myself. That's what I do for my clients.
These 3 steps. I want to start with building a Brilliance team, right? Most of these people on your Brilliance team, I was thinking you were going to say an accountant, a business coach, a strategist. No, you went into people who will help you create an environment, both physically and mentally, that will stabilize you in a way so that you can do your work at the best, the most optimal, energetic place that you can. I think that is
Absolutely.
phenomenal and revolutionary. I think that is revolutionary, especially when we live in a time like this, where technology and AI is taking over and people are afraid that it will overpower us and forget that we are the creators of it. It starts with us.
Absolutely. I was really focused on the well-being, but on that list are my assistant is on that list. My business consultant is on that list. And when so I started out with my coach, who I just got off the phone with, and she is my business life coach. She has the flexibility to really be both, and she intertwines both, much like I do, because a business owner is a whole person. So just like I'm peeling back, someone's going to hire me for 2 reasons, right? 1, advance in their career; 2, start a business. So it's, I can't write this resume. I don't know why I'm stuck, or I can't raise my hand in the meeting. I get really trip on myself, or I can't, if it's a business, I can't seem to make my priorities or get in touch with clients or post things or push go on the website. All of those things seem like tactical things, right? A silver bullet would be like, just push go, but there's a mental block. And that's what I help people really unlock, is that mental block that keeps them from doing the thing that they actually either know how to do already, or are going to like be able to quickly learn how to do because they want to do the thing. So this brilliant team, I would add, so my coach is huge, but I would also add my business consultant is on there. Again, my assistant, oh my gosh, she's a hire since this new year. She has been life-saving. I was traveling on a trip, and there was this sales email I wanted to get out. I left her a voice memo, and for someone to be able to do it while I'm on a flight, again, game changing. For me to be able to execute and like almost double myself. I would also add on that list is my tax attorney. Absolutely is my tax attorney. I do my own accounting, but my tax attorney is on there. And so it's that idea of my Instacart has been they're about to go off. And I'm about to move to Kroger pickup because they're not doing what they need to. However, that's what I mean by a Brilliance team. It is really looking at holistically, how can you systemize optimizing your value? And that's a big one. There's another great book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And he talks about, I'm super paraphrasing, and the end part is really what I'm getting at. The beginning is, it's not so much about knowing what to do. He says, it's about your systems. It's about the breakdown of the system. So we have these things that we want, right? Like, I want this type of body, or I want this type of business, or I want this type of career. And we can even set goals. I'm going to do this every day at this time. It can be very specific, measurable, all the things. And yet there's a disconnect between the goal and our action. And that's because there has been no planning of a system to do the thing, a systemization of it.
Mm.
So, okay, like I have this desire to play tennis, very benign. I really, but it's like a strong goal. But I don't, okay, have I gotten the tennis partners? Do I know where I'm going to play tennis? Do I have a system where we have a rhythm for it? It's that planning piece, it's the systemization piece. I need food on the table, but do I have a system where I go to the grocery store every couple of days or someone brings it in? Or what's the way to get it done? And so often we are bypassing that piece.
Wow. Okay. So I want to ask you, how did you get out of your own way so the way could be made to doing it?
Yes. Okay. So again, I really want to start with because I'm a human being, I'm constantly getting out of my own way. And that's important for me to say to people
Mm.
because I think, particularly when we're listening to people that we aspire to be where they are, and I know that I can sound like I am where I want to be, right? That's the whole point of me being a thought leader. I'm in this space. Yes, absolutely. And I want to humanize what I'm saying, and that just as I make fishers of men and I am my own fisher, like I got to do my own work. So what I am telling people that like I'm doing my work constantly in coaching, in therapy, in questioning with myself, in self-reflection, in self-awareness. Self-awareness doesn't mean I'm getting it right. It means, oh, I notice I'm super uncomfortable and this is really scaring me right now. So it's always iterative. I really want to say that. Second, I would absolutely say that there was a point in time in 2015 where a couple different things were happening at the same time. Inspire, which is my business, had been a hobby that I was getting a bit more focused on. It was a Sunday brunch series where I was for 3 years, where I had been doing things like vision boards and a lot of the inner work. And so it was moving in a direction of something that was becoming more like a pseudo business. I also was in a field where I was very passionate about the work, but also very frustrated with my organization. Felt undervalued, overworked, all the things, which now I know means you've outgrown where you are, is what that meant. At the same time, I had just finished my graduate work at Georgetown University, and they were starting a new class for the program I was in, which was for communications and public relations. And the course was career management or development, and it was taught by a coach. And so to pilot the course, they brought in like a workshop, 4 or 5 women that were graduates, and we were able to work with the coach for the day. And I'd never worked with a coach before. And I grew up in a home where we did a lot of conversation about personal development. In fact, I was teaching leadership. So Stephen Covey and some of these like best practices were things I had read and had taught and were really excited about. So I was already in the field of personal development. So we're there on this Saturday, and her name is Sunny. So Coach Sunny we're in a workshop. I didn't know these other ladies very well, but she stands up and she asks this question: are you your own best friend? And 2 things happened to me. One, I had that blowback experience that Dr. Brene Brown talks about, where that warm ooze feeling of, oh my God, I've been seen. It's called shame. Oh my
Mhm.
God. No, I like melted. It was like the tears came up. I was doing the batting of the eyes. Oh my God. I didn't even know that was a thing. Who talks to themselves like that? Why would somebody do that? Oh my God, I don't do that. And the painful realization of
Mm.
how judgmental of myself I was and can be, heartbreaking, quite frankly. And the second thing that happened was, oh my God, if this is happening to me, this is happening to everybody else. Like everybody I know, they might be feeling the same way. I felt this surge of I have to do something about this. I have to help people figure out how not to feel like what I feel, what I know. And that set the course for what the business. And that was my entry into coaching. That was my entry into coaching. I went back to Georgetown to learn how to coach.
And so, how were you able to combine this personal, human centric approach to something like branding? How did you find this specific niche? And why did you focus on Black women?
Yeah. So the branding piece is interesting because when I first started the business, it was actually called Inspire Image Consulting.
Mhm.
And it was image because that was what felt right. Like I still have, but at the time I was still in corporate America. So I had like the wardrobe. I was like very fashion forward, all the things. Like it was definitely, and my desire was to connect with people, empower people, help people. And so I thought it was going to be through like, I also have an aesthetic background. So I worked in a spa, beauty. And so one of my very best sister girlfriends is a marketing genius. She actually came up with my logo and so many other things. And she was like, you know what, Ryan, you do, this is before I was coaching, because Inspire Brand Consulting had already been LLC before I even knew what coaching was. She's like, you do so much more. Like, image is so top line of what you do. You don't actually do that at all. You help people with their personal, who they really are at the core. And it was like, oh, that means, now again, this was in 2015. So personal brand as a term was really being, is it colloquialized? It was like it started to become a buzzword at that time. And so it was like, wow, that is super what I do. Now, from that moment, it's gotten even deeper. You know what I mean? It's like gotten even deeper. But I held on to personal brand because, again, I thought it was a brilliant question that you asked at the very beginning, Moon, which is, what is your definition of personal brand? Because someone's not going to come to me for a social media strategy. Someone's going to come to me for, I've got this social media strategy that I worked on because I took a class from an influencer, but oh my God, I can't post anything because I am afraid. I'm afraid. I'm paralyzed. I'm afraid I'm an imposter. I say I can bake stuff, and I do, but oh my God, for somebody to pay me for it or to advertise for it or to value it or to publicize it, I couldn't do that. Oh my God. That's not about social media. That's about clarity, confidence, and courage. That's what that's about. That's about mindset.
And what I've realized too in listening to you is you really dialed into an aspect of entrepreneurship that isn't talked about, that I don't see value to the degree that technical skills are within this field, which is why your value is really priceless.
I really appreciate that.
Because what you're doing is you're getting them together inside so that they can do what they do outside. You're showing them you are the creator. God is within you.
Yes, already. It's there. And that is your personal brand. That is your brand. And it's almost about, how did you get out of your own way? That is what I help people do. And that is, again, the humanity. That is what my coach, my therapist, everybody helps me. They help me get out of my own way because I am a human. And so again, for those of you who are in service industries where you feel like you've got to show up perfectly for people to take you seriously or to be in your value, you show up as you, and you are already perfectly designed to support people and help people. Remember those 2 yards. You do not have to be at the goal line. 2 yards ahead. Yeah.
So I also want to ask you about your inner circle. I thought that was really cool. You have an inner circle. It's a monthly membership. Can you please talk more about this inner circle and what we would have access to?
Yeah, absolutely. I can. And I'm going to also answer the Black woman question. I forgot about that last piece, and I'll circle back with that too. So inner circle is actually it is in the midst of being rebranded, but I'll talk about what it is and what it's looking at. So it's on pause, but this is part of sort of what I promote, who I am. So what the inner circle is, it is a book club. It's virtual. It's a book club, and it is for high achieving Black women. And high achieving, again, is a personal definition of whatever that looks like for you. And what it's focused on, it's a book club that's focused on mindset and, quite frankly, metaphysics and mindset. So when we talk about metaphysics mindset, we're talking about how can your thoughts really support you in your own healing? How can you manage your energy, which is really managing, also not solely, but managing your emotions, which is energy and motion in your body? And how can you use breath work or meditation or understanding your chakra system, how Reiki or these other energy modalities, how can that support you as a whole person? And so we read books like The Courage to Be Disliked that I talk about, or everything from that to, which is very psychology based, to Louise Hay, which is How to Heal Your Life, which is very metaphysical, to The Big Leap, which is more mindset, to things like A Happy Pocket Full of Money, which is super metaphysical, has been on it. We also have monthly meetings. And so it's a wonderful book club that's focused on empowering Black women to live full, whole lives. And it is a bit on pause right now, but it's something to look again for the future.
Okay, I definitely will be. I'm very excited to
Absolutely.
sign
Okay, I love it. I love it. I'll send you the information when we're back online. Absolutely. We took kind of a summer break.
Okay, perfect. And please tell our community how we can connect with you, how we can have you coach us and take us from point A to point Z.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that invitation. So, two things. One, if somebody feels like I want to talk to this person, like I've got to, we got to connect. I offer a complimentary discovery call if someone is interested in talking more on a deep dive of what does support look like, where they are, and how those two can come together. And you can find that on my website. And the specific address is inspire /gift. That would be for the discovery call /gift. And I also have a free quiz. So if someone wants to know, there are 3 mindsets that I see consistently that are what I call like the confidence killer trifecta, which are imposter syndrome, which is the idea of no matter what my resume says, I'm going to be caught as a fraud, just like in a nutshell. Perfectionism, which is this idea of it, I have to absolutely be perfect. I have to know all the answers. My project has to be complete. All the I's have to be dotted. And if anyone sees that I make a mistake, it is shattering to my whole self, right? I have to be, not that I think I'm perfect, but I can't show any weaknesses or any imperfections.
Mhm.
And then distractionism, which is my own term, which quite frankly is undiagnosed or unmanaged ADHD. And so I see these 3 are neurodivergents in some sort. The 3 are just like killing confidence of women, high achieving women. If you're interested in like, oh, by any means not a diagnostic, but like a 17 magazine quiz of like what mindset might be based on these answers that I'm aligned with, that quiz can also be found on my website, which is www.inspirebrandconsulting.com. And the quiz is free. You'll get a printout of just an understanding of what one of those 3 mindsets are that you answer the questions based around, and a video that kind of breaks it down.
Ryane, thank you so much for being here. You are so inspiring. So grateful to have you on the show. Really appreciate you. And I can't wait to learn more about what you do.
Thank you. Thank you, Moon. You are a fantastic interviewer. This has been so fun to be in conversation with you and your listening audience. This has been a delight. I'm really honored.